Christmas Post, hot off the press, newspaper delivery, morning edition, the Christmas Post.
Well, you're early this morning, Hank.
It's Christmas Eve, Hattie. Your newsstand is my first delivery, and I wanted to get an early start. I hope to be done by noon. I still have a lot of shopping to do.
Well, from the looks of Main Street, you're going to have plenty of company.
Yeah, should be a good sales day for you, too. Everybody looks forward to getting the Christmas edition of the Holmesboro Post.
But you know, I can't sell any newspapers without my newsies. Where are those kids anyway?
I think I see them. They're all looking in that candy store down the street. Let me give you a hand. Hey, newsies, papers are in, let's go. That ought to do it. Now you have a Merry Christmas, Hattie McGee.
Same to you, Hank.
2, 3. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la.
Thank you. Sorry, folks, but it seems each Christmas Eve gets noisier and busier than the last one. I used to wonder why everyone was in such a hurry on Christmas Eve. Well, I don't think it's because they're buying last-minute presents or trying to get home. Nope. Somehow, they seem to know that there are miracles in the air just waiting to happen. And everybody wants to be a part of that. Take Sam Gillespie, for instance, and his group of carolers. Actually, this is the entire congregation of the Central Avenue Community Church, about 6 blocks over. Yep, you heard me all right. This is all of them. It seems that their pastor was called to a bigger church across the county about a year ago, and the rest of the congregation decided that it took too long to drive downtown to go to church. These are the only ones left. Sam. He was the head usher, you know, the first to arrive and the last to leave. Why everyone got so used to shaking his hand on their way out, well, they just considered him their new pastor. He refused to take the title of reverend, and so he became known as Brother Sam. They're out caroling again today, trying to raise some money for their soup kitchen. And sadly, to keep their doors open. They sure could use a small miracle. Maybe two. And here's another establishment that's always looking for more ways to get people through its doors. Herzog's Department Store. It's the oldest store in Holmesboro, Indiana. And I should know, my newsstand has been here almost as long as this store has. But things certainly have changed since Elliot Herzog Jr. took over for his father 5 years ago. Why, people used to say that nobody had more Christmas spirit than Herzog's. But now, well, this place could use a heap of miracles. But you know, there's no better time than Christmas Eve for miracles. After all, it was on this very night that the biggest miracle of all happened. And I think there's still a little bit of that first miracle just waiting to rub off on all of us. Just wait and see. Oh, as you were. Whoop! Sorry, folks, I almost forgot. These are the two that you need to keep your eye on this Christmas Eve. That is, if you can get them to slow down long enough. This here is Alice Garfield. Nobody seems as down and out or as full of faith as Alice Garfield. She's a second-grade teacher, and she's taken a seasonal sales job here at Herzog's to try and help make ends meet. This is her third Christmas alone. Her husband, Frank, was killed in action in Okinawa. But Alice never looks back. She just keeps looking up and moving ahead. And over here is her daughter, Katie. Only at the moment, Alice doesn't know it. She thinks that Katie spends each day at the neighbor's house with her younger brother, Scotty. But actually, Katie has taken a seasonal sales job too, selling newspapers for me. And I reckon they're both dead set on a collision course with a miracle. I wonder if it'll be today. Guess there's only one way to find out.
Hey, Hattie. Like my new disguise today? Nobody knew it was me. Not even Sergeant Buchanan.
Well, it's a good thing he didn't. Otherwise, he would have arrested you for impersonation. Impersonation of a man with very questionable taste. Where did you find this outfit?
In the attic. It was my grandpa's. Grandma used to hide a bunch of his old clothes at her house. She said he was starting to cause accidents.
Well, you're headed for an accident if you're not more careful. Oh, I declare, Katie Louise Garfield, if your mother ever finds out that you're leaving Mrs. Schuster's every morning to sell newspapers for me, why, she'll ground us both.
She won't find out. Mrs. Schuster's in on it, too. And so's my little brother. I told him if he snitched, Santa would leave him a stocking full of cut-up worms.
Well, for a 4-year-old boy, that's not much of a threat.
Besides, it's my last day, and Mrs. Schuster knows I'm only doing this until I earn enough money. I want to get my mom that locket hanging in Herzog's window.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the one she wants so bad. But it's got to be a surprise.
Oh, it'll be a surprise, all right. Now get that hair under that hat.
I am sure glad you hire girls, Hattie. Oh, the other newsstand's only a boy newsie.
Shh, as far as you're concerned, you are a boy newsie. All of you girls are. Just remember, keep that hair under that hat.
Okay.
And another thing, Katie, no more freebies. You gave away more papers last week than you sold.
I'm sorry. Some people didn't have any money.
They didn't have any change, Katie. There's a difference. Listen, love. You're never going to make any more money by giving things away. You're too soft-hearted, just like your mom.
I'll remember. Achoo! Achoo! Achoo!
Oh, are you getting a cold?
It's okay. I always sneeze in threes.
Well,
I think I'm just allergic to Grandpa's coat.
well, that's understandable. No. Put that away. Use your sleeve.
Oh,
Yeah.
because that's what boys do.
Among other things, yes. And it'll really help a lot if you would say, "So's your old man," a lot. And spit. Just occasionally. Oh, duck down. Oh, here comes your mom. Oh, open this paper up too.
See you at 5.
Okay, bye. Merry Christmas, Mrs. Garfield.
Merry Christmas to you. Newsboy, just a minute.
Excuse me, the Christmas post, ma'am? Here, it's on the house. So's your old man. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I think you better start teaching your newsies some manners, Hattie. Also some business sense. You'll never make much by giving things away.
So I've heard.
I don't remember seeing that newsboy around here before. Would I know him from somewhere?
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Look, you look a little confused, dear. Would you like a cup of tea?
Thank you. It's just, I don't know. I don't think I'm ready for today. First, I dumped the insides of my purse all over Main Street. And then, well, I really must be seeing things. I could have sworn I saw my father walking down the street a bit ago. But that's impossible. He's in Chicago. We won't see him till New Year's.
Oh, you know, it's probably just the hustle and bustle of Christmas Eve. You know what they say. Anything can happen, including a miracle or two.
Well, I could use both of them.
Still short in the cash department.
I took this sales job on pure commission. Boy, was that a step of faith in the wrong direction.
Here's the thing about steps of faith. You can only take one at a time. You'll see. Everything will work out eventually.
But I can't wait for eventually, Hattie. I have until 5 o'clock today, and then poof, just like Cinderella, everything disappears. My extra job evaporates, and my extra paycheck becomes a pumpkin. And what am I still left with? A 1934 Studebaker with a busted carburetor, and 2 kids with empty stockings.
Empty stockings? You don't mean...
Oh, I don't mean empty. I just mean empty. I mean, I can't get them their special presents.
Yeah.
Scotty really wants one of those pedal-powered cars at Herzog's, and Katie has her heart set on a bicycle, although she stopped mentioning it about 2 weeks ago, right after the car died, and now she keeps dropping little hints about how she doesn't really need anything at all, and that her room's too crowded as it is, and she's something pretty special.
It runs in the family.
Excuse me, ladies. A Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas, Sam.
The caroling was beautiful, Brother Sam.
And such enthusiastic participation.
Yes, well, that's one of the advantages when your entire congregation is also your choir. Plus, perfect church attendance at every concert. They just seem to get a bit confused when it comes time to applaud.
Your nativity scene is still on for this afternoon, isn't it?
Yep, I got the frankincense right here. Pardon me, Alice, but you dropped this money over by the bus stop a few minutes ago. Sergeant Buchanan said it's probably yours. You said you had a slight mishap?
Sergeant Buchanan never was very good at filling out accident reports. Keep the money, Brother Sam. Put it in your collection bucket for your soup kitchen.
Alice, are you sure that the church is able?
Oh, I'm sure. There's many people who could use that far more than I, especially today.
Especially today. So you'll come to our Christmas Eve service tonight? We'll be giving out toys and food and coats to any family in need.
I don't think I'm quite that destitute. Not yet, anyway. But I'll try and be there. I know Katie and Scott would love it. I'm just not sure how late I'll be working tonight. It's my last day.
All right, well, I'll save you a seat, which shouldn't prove too difficult.
Top of the 24th to you. Could I offer anyone a jelly donut this morning?
Oh, yeah.
Flavor of the day, peppermint.
Ugh.
Oh, it's magically delicious.
Well, I'm glad to finally see you, Sergeant, and your rations.
Oh.
I was beginning to worry.
Oh, I've been on patrol since dawn, Mrs. McGee. You know how I like to make sure the bakery's secure when it opens. And now that the businesses are about to begin, I have the precinct on high alert for looting and rioting. After all, it is Christmas Eve, and anything could happen today.
So I keep hearing.
Say, preacher, that was some pretty fine warbling. Do you think it could get your people to sing Peg of My Heart?
It's Christmas, Sergeant.
Well, what about the wearing of the green?
I'll put in your request. Goodbye, everyone. Bye, Alice.
Hattie, I need you to use your telephone to check in with headquarters. I have a couple of undercover men in a manhole down at the corner of Central and 43rd. And Alice, it was really good to see your father back in town for the holidays.
My father? You saw him too?
Never looked better. Tell him to stop by some night this week for donuts and a game of canasta. The man truly knows how to dress. Lieutenant O'Shaughnessy, it's Buchanan. Did you pass the gas mask out this morning?
I don't think I'm ready for today.
Quiet! 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 You guys aren't listening to me. I really need your help today. I think my mom's onto me, so I've got to trade Main Street for somewhere else. Anywhere else. Oh, volunteers. Kelly, you take Main, I'll take Central. And everybody else give a secret sign like that if you see my mom coming. Okay. Trudy, you're the treasurer. What's my total? Ooh. I didn't know I needed to earn that much more.
And I can't believe how much more I need to earn in just one day. I really want to be able to buy those gifts. My kids have such faith in me. I can't let them down.
I gotta get my mom that present. I'll just have to try harder.
Nobody's trying harder than I am, Hattie. But I just can't get ahead. Fact is, I can barely keep up. Seems I'm always short on money and long on debt. Hard times I remember, good times I forget. I'm full up with troubles, I'm fresh out of time, and all I've got is one more day to find. A little more Christmas at Christmas time this year. A little less heartache, a little more Christmas cheer.
and losing sleep. Smiles come once a day now, and laughter once a week. I know she thinks Christmas is in short supply, but she's got me and I've got plans to buy. A little more Christmas at Christmas time this year. A little less heartache, a little more Christmas cheer. A dream that won't vanish, that dares to last. A little more future, a little less past. Believing in Christmas, this Christmas may be tough. When believing in Christmas just may not be enough. So if a little more faith could find its way under my Christmas tree, there'll be a little more Christmas this Christmas for me. Today I'll find a way to make her dream come true. Just wait and see. Today, tomorrow will change, 'cause I know that she is counting on me for a little more Christmas at Christmas time this year. A little less heartache, a little more Christmas cheer. A dream that won't vanish, that dares to last. A little more future, a little less past. Believing in Christmas, this Christmas may be tough. When believing in Christmas just may not be enough. So if a little more faith could find its way under my Christmas tree, there'll be a little more Christmas, a little more Christmas, a little more Christmas this Christmas for me.
Look sharp! Step lively, everyone! The store opens in 10 minutes, and I don't want to miss 1 minute of sales today.
It's my supervisor and the sales staff. Oh, look at me. 5 o'clock face and it's not even 9. Oh, Hattie, I wish I felt ready for today.
You're ready. Just remember, one step at a time.
Okay, gang, it's time to hit the streets. I'll be right there. I think I see my first sale headed this way.
And remember, minions, Herzog's means quality. Herzog's means quantity. Herzog's means quiet. Thank you.
Christmas post, sir? Just a nickel.
Ah, how quaint. An example of American entrepreneurial enterprise in miniature. Observe, staff, the shrewd trade savvy of Maxwell Q. Selden. And so, my little fellow, Otis? What special deal are you prepared to make me so that I might not take my nickel to another merchant?
Here's your paper. It's free.
Hey, wait a minute, kid. That's not a special deal. That's just stupid.
So is your old man.
Staff, this is not the sales technique that we employ at Herzog's. Remember, we make customers buy things they never knew they wanted, with money they never knew they had. It's a mission of mercy. Oh, it truly is.
Good morning, Maxwell. Hi, everybody.
Oh, Mrs. Garfield. Late again, as usual.
Late? I'm early. I was here before anybody.
Obviously, you forgot our 8 o'clock sales meeting at JCPenney's. We dumped 10 gallons of ice cream in front of their entrance. Whoopsie daisy! Quiet.
Maxwell, you know I can't get anywhere by 8. I can barely get here by 9. I have to walk, remember? My car is broken, and I didn't have the money to repair it. I still don't. So I had to take this second job, and if I don't get my car fixed, I'll probably lose my first job, and I have a mortgage and a pile of bills every month, and now it's Christmas,
and a partridge in a pear tree. Oh, the road of life is just full of bumps, isn't it, Mrs. Garfield? Well, with or without a car, I expect you to be on time and in line by 9 a.m. And even though this is your last day with us, and we're going to miss you too. If you cannot cut the Herzog mustard, you can always choose to take early retirement.
You mean quit? I can't quit. I have 2 kids who depend on me. Haven't you ever had to depend on someone, Maxwell?
No. Nor have I ever been the dependee. Life is a lot simpler when you only have yourself to count on. It's a very easy number to remember. 1.
1? That's all you have? Even on a day like this, on Christmas Eve?
Especially on a day like this. Well, look at that crowd gathering. 1 is all I can keep track of. Come along now, staff. It is time for us to ready the store.
Merry Christmas, Maxwell. May God deliver his richest blessings to you today.
Fine, as long as they don't come COD. Now, excuse me, Brother Sapp, but...
Sam.
Whatever. I'm sure that the store will make its standard contribution to you if you will just speak with our bookkeeper. But right now, we're in a bit of a rush.
No. I just wanted to go over the order of events with you today. It looks like we'll be singing in front of your store on the even hours, and then 43rd and Central on the odd hours, and then at 4 o'clock, right back here in front of the store is our nativity. Is that correct?
Look, you can polka with reindeer as far as I'm concerned. Just don't block the flow of customers. Oh. And that goes for you too, Miss Associated Press.
Merry Christmas, Maxwell. Would you like a piece of fruitcake?
I know your game. You just keep those kids and papers off store property.
How about a cheese ball? Can I catch it? Some?
Oh. First bribes, now threats. I could report you to the Federal Exchange Commission.
You know, Maxwell, maybe someday you'll figure out how to have a real Christmas. But until then, many happy returns of the season.
American commerce in decline. It's not a pretty sight. Otis, get that door open!
Yes, Mr. Sullivan.
Oh, and you shoppers! The store's not even open yet! You're like a pack of wild dogs. Back! Get back! Get it up. Now, listen here, Father.
Brother.
Whatever. We want to hear some peppy carols today.
Peppy?
Mm-hmm. Full of zing. Plenty of razzmatazz. We want to put people in the mood to lay down the lettuce, not kneel and pray. So, stick to the jingle bells and the fa-la-la departments.
I'm afraid we look at Christmas from a somewhat different perspective, Mr. Selden. You see it as a season of selling, and I see it as a season of receiving.
Selling, receiving, what's the difference? As long as they come in the right order.
Actually, there's a very big difference. The only gift that really matters at Christmas can't be bought, and that's because it's free.
Free gifts are a quick way to go out of business.
Well, it's a good thing for the world that Jesus didn't share your philosophy.
Well, obviously, Jesus never knew how to market Christmas.
Maxwell, Jesus is Christmas.
No, he isn't. I'll tell you what Christmas is. People are Christmas. Those people, the American consumer, gullible fools, the lot of them. And with all due respect, Rev, on Christmas Eve, they'd rather be shopping in a store, not praying in a church.
You know, you do have a point there. In some ways, those people are what the season's all about. All the more reasons we'll be out there singing today. There's a lot they need to hear.
But you'll keep things peppy, right?
Oh, lots and lots of joy, trust me.
And modern. Make it very 1947.
Oh, we'll have plenty of news. Good news, as a matter of fact.
Good. Maybe you'll steal some of that paper peddler's business. All right, staff. The store looks primed. Everyone, to your posts. Mrs. Garfield, Miss Dexter, to your posts.
We were just rearranging the jewelry display in the window.
Toys, Mrs. Garfield. Your department is toys.
I remember. Try and keep your eye on that silver locket, Nadine. This big one. I know I won't have the money to buy it, but I'd really miss looking at it every day.
All right, staff. We have got precisely 2 minutes until...
Ahoy! Arriving at 0900 hours off the starboard bow!
Until Mr. Herzog arrives. He's early! He's early! Of all the days in the year, this is the day that he's early. All right. Everyone, get into position. Into position. The merchandise, display the merchandise. All right now. Everyone, look happy. No, that's too artificial. Look humble. Oh, that's no good. You'll never sell anything. Look aggressive. Whoa! Too angry. Look religious. Oh, come on, Brother Spam.
Sam.
Whatever. Look like you want to sell something.
I don't want to sell. I just want people to receive.
Here, receive. Now, everyone, sing.
What do we sing, Maxwell?
Something. Anything. Make it peppy. The first thing that comes into your head.
What's this?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Herzog. Happy birthday to you.
Not the best choice.
If this is supposed to be a surprise party, there has been a gross miscalculation. You do have the correct date of my birth entered in the captain's log, don't you, Miss Plunkett?
June the 20th. An act of Congress couldn't change it.
Well, if anyone here thinks today is June 20th, you're in for a rude awakening. Miss Plunkett and I have been down here since dawn, double-checking the inventory. I expect every one of you to meet your quota and unload your cargo. To your stations! Not that way, Mrs. Garfield. To starboard! To starboard!
Sorry, sir. I mean, aye.
And Mr. Selden, a word, please.
Aye, aye, sir.
Oh, brilliant maneuver, Maxie. That's using the old brain.
Oh, at least I've got one.
Double check the inventory. Don't worry, kid. The boss barks at everybody, just like a poodle.
I get so confused. It's been 2 weeks and I still can't keep my bow and stern straight.
Honey, it's been a lot longer for the rest of us. He was only in the Navy for 5 months, you know. Never saw a day of action. Just sat on a cargo freight in San Diego. I think he's compensating for missed opportunities.
Well, he certainly runs a tight ship.
Honey, if things were any tighter around here, we'd all die of asphyxiation. Everything is done exactly the way my father did it when he founded Herzog's 42 years ago. Oh, that dog don't hunt. Old man Herzog ran a store that put the customer before the almighty dollar, especially at Christmas. Everybody in Holmesboro said that no one had more Christmas spirit than Herzog's.
What happened?
Herzog Jr.
So let's have no more slip-ups, Captain Selden, or you'll find yourself in the galley where you started.
The warehouse, sir? Oh, you wouldn't.
I would.
You couldn't.
I could. It took 3 years to put you in charge of sporting goods and 4 years to make you sales captain. It would take 1 minute to send you back to heaving boxes. So I better see some pucks and putters flying off the shelves today. Do I make myself clear?
But it's not my fault, sir. Mrs. Garfield missed the staff meeting. Then she started arguing and displaying the most uncooperative...
Do I make myself clear?
Aye.
And the rest of you, I want your sails hoisted and your rudders straight. It's full sails ahead. I especially want everyone to seize any opportunity to push these teddy bears and paddle balls. We're overstocked, and today's the last day to get rid of them. So, whatever a child thinks he or she might want, make them buy one of these instead.
Oh, but that's not what Christmas is all about. Children need to wish for one special present. We all do.
Mrs. Garfield, there's only one thing that Christmas is about: selling surplus. So, move them out, or you'll find yourself getting moved right out the door. Any questions?
Yes,
What do you want?
I have a question.
Who are you?
I'm Father Sat. I'm Brother Sam. I'm from the church a couple blocks over. I wanted to go over this schedule with you.
Oh, yes. The First Holy Tabernacle Singers or something like that. Sing whatever you want, wherever you want. Make sure it's peppy. Stay away from the front door. And at the end of the day, we get 10% of the take.
10%?
That is the correct figure, is it not, Miss Plunkett?
Unfortunately.
But Mr. Herzog, we use that money to help nourish and clothe people.
Precisely what I am in business to do as well. Just like my father did when he founded Herzog's 42 years ago. You see, son, I don't run a store. It's a vessel of life. And I'm the commander. So if you don't get on board, it's every man for himself. Am I understood?
Aye, sir.
After all, we're all here for the same reason. To get the green stuff.
The green stuff? Your only motive is to make money? Mr. Herzog, you can't mean that. Not on Christmas Eve.
Oh, especially on Christmas Eve. Why, it's the biggest sales day of the year. We even have a cash and carry policy. No cash, no carry. Daddy would be proud.
Mr. Herzog, I know I've only been here for 2 weeks, but surely you could bend the rules for just one day, especially a day like Christmas Eve.
Change the rules? Violate regulations? Not on my command. What are you trying to do, Mrs. Garfield? Incite a mutiny?
No, of course not.
Well, get back on board. It's rough seas ahead. The store opens in 1 minute.
Otis, man the door. The rest of you shoppers, batten down your merchandise. I'll take the wheel.
Wow, that's reassuring.
Stick a stocking in it, Dixie.
Alice, I better get out of here before the tidal wave. You'll come to our nativity scene tonight, won't you?
I wouldn't miss it, 4 o'clock, right?
As far as I know.
Oh, you better abandon ship now, Brother Shrimp.
Whatever.
What a great day! There's money in the air. I can smell it. And ready. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Shopping. We are shopping. Shopping. Christmas shopping. Last minute shopping. Till we drop.
Turn department.
Shopping, buying. We are shopping, buying. Shopping, buy. Christmas shopping, buying. Last minute shopping, buying. Shop.
Excuse me, where's the return department?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know. I'm still new here.
It's 5 rows back to the left, behind the shoppers.
Thanks.
What's wrong with me, Dixie? It's already 10 and I've barely sold a yo-yo.
Oh, have some faith, kid, and push a little.
What do you mean?
Let me show you. Try selling. See what I mean? You gotta start selling.
Guess I'm not so good at selling.
There you go. Let them know you're selling.
Okay, here goes. I'm selling.
So,
Is this the
Hey!
return department?
Oh, fat chance, buddy. No one returns Maxwell Q. Selden merchandise. Now move out of the way. You're blocking the customer view.
Just a minute there, Maxwell.
And happy holidays, Mr. Customer. I'm sorry, sir, I didn't see you standing there. It's a very busy morning.
Indeed. What's the total?
Oh, a lot.
A lot?
Well, a lot more than the toy department.
Well, we'll see this afternoon, won't we? I hate to think my sales captain had got outsold by a Suave. Carry on.
Aye, aye. Okay, I'll show her.
I'll show him.
Shopping.
the Christmas rush is on again. It's high and overdrive. We only have a single day. We pray we will survive this.
Bargains, come and get your
I'll show you,
bargains.
Hey, everybody got a deal for you. Yes, I do. So buy from me. I'm gonna sell these bargains till I drop.
Do either of you know where the return department is?
No! Nice try, Alice, but your little gimmicks aren't going to gain you anything.
Except that pile of sales receipts.
Oh, no, Dice. Prepare for an epidemic of buyer's remorse. Every one of those items is going to be back in the return department.
Did someone say return department?
No!
All right, kids, the day is half over. How much have you sold? Is that all? What about you, Katie?
Only half a bag.
Well, that's not enough. Not for a paper like the Christmas Post. Now, I've taught each and every one of you to yell from Main Street down to Union Station, right? Okay, so let's hear some.
Extra, extra. Frito patties. Extra, extra. Gotta shout it. Get your Christmas Post.
Is this the return department?
Well, that depends. What have you got?
Good afternoon, Brother Sam. Your nativity's about to start, isn't it?
Yep, 1 hour from now at 4 o'clock, if there's anyone to watch us.
Your collection bucket's empty. Never think about handing out free donuts.
Could be sticky, Sergeant. We'll be fine as long as...
We are singing. We are singing. But no one's listening to our singing. But we'll keep right on singing. We'll sing.
The Christmas rush is on again. It's murder on the beat. The minutes slip, the hours fly. We're dying to complete this.
Bargains, come and get your bargains.
Hey, everybody got a deal for you. Yes, I do. So buy from me. I'm gonna sell these bargains till I drop.
The store closes in 5 minutes.
5 minutes, but it's only 4 o'clock.
And Herzog's always closes at 4 o'clock on Christmas Eve.
But you can't.
Herzog can do anything.
Oh, tough break, Mrs. Garfield.
You want to see something break, Maxie?
Oh, try me.
Gladly.
Mr. Herzog, please.
Attention shoppers, time for your last purchase.
Bargains, come and get your bargains.
Everybody got a deal for you.
Bargains.
Yes, I
I know, please. I'm gonna sell these bargains till I stop. Bargains, come and get your bargains. Everybody got a bargain.
Yes, I exercise from me.
I'm gonna sell these bargains until we drop.
Doesn't anyone know where the return department is?
Thank you for shopping at Herzog's department store. We know you had your choice of merchants, and bon voyage, Merry Christmas, and please vacate the premises by 1600 hours.
Huh?
That's now.
Oh.
We are leaving. Now we're leaving. Really leaving. See us leaving till we're gone.
You know, I'm really starting to wonder if they even have a return department. Never mind.
Good afternoon, everyone. You may pick up your paychecks and your Christmas bonus on your way out the door. But only one salami per employee, and we'll see you all at 9 sharp on the 26th.
Oh, that's 8 o'clock in front of Sears and Roebuck. Don't forget the ice cream.
Mr. Herzog, couldn't you keep the store open for just a little bit longer? Especially if there's an emergency.
And just what might this emergency be, Mrs. Garfield?
Me. I'm the emergency. I've been working on pure commission, and I just about have the money I need to buy my kids their special presents. You know, that pedal-powered car over there, and the bicycle in aisle 10. Please, Mr. Herzog, I know 1 more hour is all I need.
Mrs. Garfield, I am sympathetic to your plight, but there is simply no way Herzog's department store would stay open for 1 minute past 4 o'clock on Christmas Eve. We have always closed at 4 o'clock on Christmas Eve, and we always will, just the way my father did when he founded Herzog's 42 years ago. Case closed.
Sorry, kid. Listen, he's got the facts right, but not the story. Old man Herzog used to close the store at 4 o'clock on Christmas Eve to throw the biggest party in all of Holmesboro. And everybody was invited. Even all those people that Brother Sam and his friends are trying to take care of.
When did we all lose sight of what Christmas is about?
Probably when we lost sight of who Christmas is about. Hey, come on, Alice. There's a salami with your name on it.
Last call, all ashore. Who's going ashore?
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph. Wait a minute, everyone. Alice, what's going on here? The store can't be closing.
It can, and it has.
But it's only 4 o'clock.
Well, we always close at 4 o'clock on Christmas Eve, just the way my father did when he founded
Yes, I know it has in the past, but I thought this year would be different. We were scheduled to do our nativity at 4 o'clock in front of your store.
Well, go ahead. We haven't closed the sidewalk.
But what's the point if there's no one to watch? Look around, the street's practically deserted.
Well, I can't help if your box office is down. Perhaps it's your, wardrobe. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get home and change into my civvies. I have some last-minute Christmas shopping to do.
You mean you don't shop at your own store?
Never. Prices are too high. Besides, we're closed.
Well, goodbye, Alice. And chin up. Don't forget what tomorrow is.
I know.
Christmas. Another excuse for paying the American worker a day's wages for not working. That must be the goodwill toward men clause.
You know, Maxwell, I bet the only thing you find under your tree tomorrow morning will be a safe deposit box. I'm sure you'll be very happy together.
A match made in heaven, I can assure you.
Oh, tell me all about
I shall.
heaven.
Yes. Not in the head.
Looks like the star just didn't shine bright enough to get us to Bethlehem this time. We'll have to try again next year. We'll just be singing a bit further down the street. I'll still be saving a place for you tonight, Alice.
Thanks, Sam.
Goodbye. God bless.
So much for taking a step of faith, Hattie. Even one step at a time, I fell flat on my face.
Well, I wouldn't call this a fall exactly. Maybe more like a stumble.
Well, call it whatever you'd like, but the fact remains is that it's Christmas Eve, and I've come up short. Just one more hour, and I would have gotten the money I needed. But instead, zip. The day started with nothing. Looks like it's going to end with nothing.
Seems I heard somewhere that faith is the evidence of things not seen.
Well, I sure don't see anything, and I don't know how anybody can get much faith from that.
You still seem to be operating from the notion that seeing is believing. I think you've got it backwards. Believing is seeing. Anything can happen on Christmas Eve. Miracles are yours for the asking. The unexpected happens when you believe it may. So anything can happen today. It's a time when angels can appear to us, and the love of God feels so near to us. For unto me and unto you, Christmas offers a miracle or two. Anything can happen right here, right now. Have a little faith and believe that everything is gonna work out somehow, some way. Yes, anything can happen.
Excuse me, do you know why all the doors of Herzog's department store are locked?
I'm afraid it closed at 4 o'clock.
Oh, no, this can't be happening, not now.
What's wrong?
I have a special present for my daughter in layaway. The big special present, a dollhouse. It was right there on the shelf. Oh, my goodness. I've just ruined her Christmas, and she had so much faith in me. I just let her down. Sorry to bother you.
Well, I work at Herzog's. I'm not sure how, but I'll find a way to get you in.
Lady, if you could do that, you'd be a lifesaver.
Herzog may have ruined my Christmas, but I'm not going to let him ruin everybody's. Don't worry, sir. All I need to find is... What is it, the key?
Old man Herzog gave this to me years ago for emergencies. And as I see it, you are an emergency. Just remember, mum's the word where you found it. What you do with it is your own affair.
Today I'll find the way to make her dream come true. Just wait and see. she is counting on me. Look, mister, I found the key. I can open up the doors to Herzog's now. No, wait a minute. I was only opening the door for one man.
Just one more hour and I would have had the money I needed.
That's right. That's right. Herzog's is open. Special last-minute madness sale. 1 hour only. Hurry, shoppers. It's your last chance.
Shopping, shopping, buying. We are shopping, shopping, buying. Shopping, shopping, buy. Christmas shopping, shopping, buying. Last minute shopping, shopping, shop, shop, shop till we drop.
Alice, what in the world is going on here?
Isn't it wonderful, Brother Sam? I believed something would happen, and it did. I'm gonna make the money I need.
Where'd you get the key?
I don't remember, but the nativity scene is back on. Bring out the frankincense and hay.
Glory to God in the highest. We're on our way.
Shopping, 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 shopping. The Christmas rush is on again. It's high and overdrive. We only have a single day. We pray we will survive. It's shopping, shopping, buying. We are shopping, shopping, buying. Shopping, shopping, buy. Christmas shopping, shopping, last minute shopping, shopping, shop, shop, shop till we drop.
Mrs. Garfield, what in the world is going on here?
Maxwell, Dixie, what are you doing here?
Well, when I saw two men running down the street with a canoe from my department, I knew something was up.
A Christmas Eve madness sale? Old man Herzog would have loved this. Count me in. What do you say, Maxie?
Are you out of your mind? Hey, will someone please help me in sporting goods here?
I'll be right with you.
Oh, no, you don't. You're trying to earn that extra commission, aren't you? Well, you're not selling my snorkels and rackets. You want to play in the big leagues? You've got it.
You don't have a prayer.
That's all you've got.
Maybe that's all I need.
It's over, Garfield.
It's just begun, Zeldin.
Everyone to your corners and come out swinging.
Bargains. Come and get your bargains.
Everybody got a
bargain.
Yes, I
Better buy from me. I'm gonna sell these bargains till I drop.
Great day in the morning. What's going on here?
Sure, I know, Sergeant, but isn't it grand? You were right. Anything could happen.
Anything can happen. I knew it. Looting and rioting. I got it from the boss. I tried to warn them. Surely I did. But does anyone listen to Michael O'Reilly Buchanan? No, they do not. Thank you very much.
Anything can happen, anything can happen.
Mr. Herzog, it's Sergeant Buchanan.
Anything can happen, anything can happen.
You need to come to your store quick.
Anything can happen, anything can happen.
It's a riot. You're being robbed.
is now 4:45 on Christmas Eve. And may I say, for the record, nothing like this has ever been done this way before. And God willing, nothing will ever be done this way again. I demand to know who is responsible for this lawless disregard of policy and tradition.
Me? Well, you can't be looking at me. I was the one who tried to stop it. I was the single, solitary voice of reason in a world gone mad. I battled tirelessly to put an end to this carnage. I put my life on the line, sustaining a painful and cosmetically damaging bruise on my shin. Then, just when I thought everything would...
Stick a snorkel in it, Maxwell.
It was all my doing, Mr. Herzog. A man needed one more gift, a special gift. Apparently a lot of other people did too, including me.
Well, Mrs. Garfield, I guess there is nothing left for me to do but fire you.
Now, just a minute, Mr. Herzog. You can't do that.
And pray tell, why not?
Well, for one thing, it's her last day, and the store closed at 4 o'clock.
Well, that's true. But Mrs. Garfield reopened the store until 5 o'clock. And since there is still 12 minutes left of her extended employment, it's terminated. And what's more, I'm keeping her wages thus earned to pay for the damage.
Oh, please, Mr. Herzog, if you do that, I won't have a Christmas tomorrow. I may not have it tomorrow, period.
Well, it's a little late to be thinking about that now. Come with me, Sergeant. We have to fill out some paperwork at the precinct around the corner. And I hope Daddy doesn't hear about this.
Mr. Herzog, sir, are you sure that you want to fire Mrs. Garfield? Don't you think that's a little extreme? I mean, it was her fault, certainly. It was her fault, but take all of her money. Doesn't everyone deserve a Christmas morning? Couldn't your policy change? Just this once.
Which question would you like me to answer?
All of them, I think.
Very well. The answers are yes, no, not necessarily. And are you out of your mind? Let's go, Sergeant.
Can I at least finish my jelly donut first?
Sergeant!
They only have peppermint one day a year.
Maxwell, you've got to get Mr. Herzog to reconsider. You have no idea how much was riding on that money for Alice.
I tried. Didn't you hear me just try? Besides, I'm not my brother's keeper. Or my sister's, for that matter. We would all be a lot better off if we just learned to take care of ourselves.
Well, I'm sorry everything seems to be a matter of self-interest to you, Maxwell. Even Christmas. Here's the 10% of our take, as Mr. Herzog put it. The collection wasn't much, but big things always seem to come from it. And you know, you may want to stop paying such close attention to price tags. They're not always a good indicator of what something's worth.
Come on, honey, buck up. Today isn't over yet, and anything can happen.
Oh, no, thank you. I have had quite enough of things happening today, and I'm calling it quits before I ruin everybody else's Christmas, too.
Alice, everything you've done today was for one reason, for someone else to have a better Christmas. God always honors a giving heart. Sometimes he just takes a little longer than we plan.
I'm sorry, Brother Sam, but I'm out of time. And just about everything else. For the past 3 years, all I've done is ask God for more faith. And just look where it's gotten me. Just look at this catastrophe around me.
Well, that may be part of the difficulty. It's awfully easy for us to focus on our circumstances and not on God.
That's right. And that is one recipe for disaster. Take a look at Mary and Joseph, or the shepherds and kings. If they'd have sat around all day with the miseries, wondering about how they were going to get out of the trouble they were in, where do you think they would have ended up? Not in Bethlehem, I can tell you that. They didn't understand all of God's plan either. Most of the time, they didn't even have a map. All they had was a star and a promise. So listen here, Alice. You don't need more faith. You just need to start acting on it. No one ever got to Bethlehem without a little forward motion. No more steps of faith, kid. I think it's time to take a leap. You ready? Don't give up. Don't give in. When the going's tough, that's just when faith kicks in. Well, the Lord will see you through. Yes, He's watching over you. Night and day, He's telling you to keep the faith. So don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give in.
Don't give in.
When the going's tough, that's just when faith kicks in.
So let your faith kick in.
Well, the Lord will see you through. Yes, He's watching over you. Night and day, He's telling you to keep the faith. Remember when the king threw Daniel in the lion's cage without a single means of self-defense? But Danny had a simple faith that calmed the lion's rage, so breakfast didn't come at his expense. When morning came, the king was sure that Danny boy was gone. But there Dan sat with all those cats. His faith had made him strong. So don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give in.
Don't give in.
When the going's tough, that's just when faith kicks in.
So let your faith kick in.
Well, the Lord will see you through. Yes, He's watching over you. Night and day, He's telling you to keep the faith. Remember the disciples sailing on the stormy sea. The boat was tossed and they began to sweat. But Jesus strode across the waves and said, "Come unto me." So boldly Peter gambled, getting wet. The mighty faith of Simon Peter, suddenly it shrunk. 'Cause when you take your eyes off the prize, honey child, you're sunk. So don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give in.
Don't give in.
When the going's tough, that's just when faith kicks in.
So let your faith kick in.
Well, the Lord will see you through. Yes, He's watching over you. Night and day, He's telling you to
keep the faith. Keep the faith.
When Daniel faced the lions, he had faith.
He had faith.
So when you don't feel like trying, keep the faith.
Keep the faith.
When Peter walked on water, he had faith.
He had faith.
So when the going's tough, you've gotta keep the faith.
Keep the faith.
When your days are full of doubting, you need faith.
You need faith.
So sister, keep on shouting, keep the faith.
Keep the faith.
The power that defeats the grave, the power God Almighty gave, that's the power that will save you from distress, from despair. If you have faith, so don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give in.
Don't give in.
When the going's tough, that's just when faith kicks in.
So let your faith kick in.
Well, he's watching over you. Night and day he's telling you to keep the faith. Well, the Lord will see you through. Yes, he's watching over you. Night and day he's telling you to keep the faith. Keep the faith.
Mrs. Garfield, what are you still doing on store property? I believe I made it perfectly clear that your employment ended with us 4 minutes ago. So why are you standing on the furniture?
Mr. Herzog, there's something you should know.
Come on, you can do it.
Mr. Herzog, there's something you should know.
And what's that?
About your policies and the way you run the store and Christmas. It's more than the green stuff. And it's a lot more than regulations and cash transactions and salamis. And well, if you never take a leap of faith once in a while, you'll never get to Bethlehem. And I think there's such a thing as running too tight a ship.
What are you saying, Mrs. Garfield?
Your ship's too tight, sir.
What is she saying, Dixie?
Just what everyone is saying.
And what is everyone saying?
Mr. Herzog, what a simply wonderful idea. A Christmas Eve madness sale, such excitement, such savings. It's just like the old days at Herzog's.
Yes, I'll say. You know, I haven't done much shopping lately at Herzog's, but I certainly will from now on.
Oh, well, thank you, I think.
Well, it's a pleasure to patronize a store that puts the customer before the almighty dollar.
Amen to that. Mr. Herzog, will you be having another madness sale on the 26th?
Well, the policy has not been established yet. Just a minute. Maxwell, what's going on?
I have no idea.
Brother Sam, what's going on?
Sometimes he takes a little longer than we planned.
Attention, shoppers. I apologize for the confusion earlier this afternoon, but as for the so-called Herzog's Christmas Eve Madness Sale, there is nothing furthermore to say except...
Junior!
Daddy!
Well, hello, Elliot.
I can explain everything.
Well, I'm not sure you need to. I've heard the whole story from half of Holmesboro.
Really? That many?
Well, my phone hasn't stopped ringing off the hook for the last hour. I mean, some new customers, some old customers, even the boys down at the 47th precinct. It seems that's all everyone's talking about is this Christmas Eve madness sale. And it looks like you turned this store and this town upside down. And I only have one thing to say.
Well, I have weathered many of storm and gale, sir. Fire away.
Brilliant sales strategy, son. I didn't think you had it in you. I mean, I promised when you took over 5 years ago not to interfere, but I just have one thing to say. Ship shape.
Oh, I'm surprised. I mean, it should come as no surprise that I would institute such a marketing campaign for the Christmas spirit. I did meet some resistance at first, but I wouldn't let regulations stand in the way. I did have some help. Dixie Plunkett, my faithful bookkeeper, was... And of course, there was Brother Sal and the Holy Shouters Band. Actually, it was more of a group effort. Everybody kind of... Okay, it was Alice Garfield's idea.
I had an idea someone else was involved. Congratulations, dear. Whatever gave you the inspiration?
I was just trying to get a special present for someone.
Well, that's what this store has been about for 42 years. And I must say, I'm proud to have someone like you on Herzog's payroll. Aren't you, son?
Yes, sir.
Does that mean I still have my 2 weeks of salary?
Well, of course it does. In fact, I was hoping you'd stick around afterwards for the after-Christmas sales. Maybe you'd have a brainstorm for the 26th.
The 26th, but that'll be too late. I need the money now. Yes, Mr. Herzog, I do have a brainstorm.
What are you talking about?
We'll have a sale now. After all, we've still got 10 minutes left until 5 o'clock, and we haven't moved many of these overstocked bears and paddles, so let's offer them at a special price.
We already tried half pricing them.
No, double the price. Half the proceeds can go to Brother Sam's soup kitchen, and all the toys can be given to the needy families at his church service tonight.
That is the most irresponsible, unprecedented...
I love it!
And I love it!
Carry on, my dear. You'll have to excuse me. I have an appointment with my grandchildren around the Christmas tree, and so do you, Elliot. About 15 minutes. I almost forgot. Amanda gave me a note to remind you to get an angel for the top of the Christmas tree. And don't disappoint her. She's my favorite granddaughter, and she sure has faith in you. So do I. So, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh, Merry
Goodbye,
Christmas,
Daddy.
Mr.
And God bless your new year.
You too.
10 minutes. 10 minutes to get rid of all these paddle balls and teddy bears. Where's my sales force? Maxwell, Otis, Patsy, Nadine, Dixie.
In your dreams. We're all officially off duty. It looks like you only have one salesperson left.
I do have 10 minutes left of my extended employment.
One salesperson for all this stock?
That's right. And remember, she's on commission.
The church is 6 blocks on the left. The service starts in 30 minutes. Just follow our congregation. We'll see you there.
Get your Christmas Eve special. Double the price, give it away. Give some hope on Christmas Day. Thank you. So don't give up. Don't give in. When the going's tough, that's just when faith kicks in. Well, the Lord will see you through. Yes, He's watching over you. Night and day He's telling you to keep the faith. So don't give up. Don't give in. When the going's tough, that's just when faith kicks in. Well, the Lord will see you through. Yes, He's watching over you. Night and day He's telling you to keep the faith. Well, the Lord will see you through. Yes, He's watching over you. Night and day He's telling you to keep the faith. Keep the faith.
Oh, Dixie, look at all of this. Have you ever seen so much
green stuff?
Yeah, green stuff.
Goodbye, green stuff.
Oh, yes. And it's so gratifying to know that most of this will be going to Brother Sam's soup kitchen. And after Alice's commission, the rest can be used to pay for damages.
Damages?
Yes. Starting with this captain's log.
The captain's log isn't damaged.
Oh, well, let's see what we can do about that. Great day in the morning. Who left this peppermint jelly donut in accounts receivable? And I think we need to do something about that whistle.
The whistle's damaged too?
Well, just take a closer look.
I think I see what you mean.
You better see it.
You were right, Brother Sam. If you stay focused on your problems, you can never see past them, even when God's there all the time.
Yeah, it's a good thing He's so willing to wait for us, no matter how long we take. Excuse me for a minute, Alice. Maxwell, is everything all right? You've been awfully quiet.
Oh, I'm just, double checking the inventory. You know, big sale on Christmas Eve. You've got to take stock of where things are.
Christmas Eve is a good time to do that. And it was certainly quite a sale, wasn't it?
I can't get over those people. Paying double the price for something that they didn't even want and then giving it away. They're
gullible fools.
That's not what I said. This time. Look, Sam, about some of the things I said, well, all of the things I said, what I'm trying to say is, I have no idea what I'm trying to say.
Merry Christmas, Maxwell. That's all you need to say. Hey, don't worry about it. So you just about to head home?
Well, I'm sure not going to spend the night in that drafty icebox.
Oh, no. I mean, are you going to go spend Christmas with your family?
My family's moved on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The Depression killed my parents. Watching the people you love work themselves into an early grave tends to color your perspective. I swore years ago that I would never be poor again, that I'd never let that happen to me. And so far I haven't.
Were those times you spent with your mom and dad happy?
Always.
Well, then you weren't poor.
What are you talking about? We were one step away from being destitute, especially at Christmas.
Well, I'll tell you what colors my perspective, especially at Christmas. That at the center of the most expensive holiday is a baby that was born in a manger, wrapped in rags. And, well, I think he came that way so people like us would listen to him. Like what he talked about, what brings real success to this life. Like when he said, what good will it do you to gain the whole world but lose your soul?
Well, no worries there. We were never in any danger of gaining the world. When it was just Mom and me, half the time we didn't even know where the next meal was coming from. At Christmas, she'd have to take an extra job just so I'd have something under the tree. But I always did. I always had one special present every Christmas.
Maxwell, you're more than welcome to join our family tomorrow. Christmas is a lousy time to be alone.
According to who?
Well, God for one. That's how this whole thing got started. We obviously weren't doing too well on our own, so he decided we needed some help, and he became one of us. He even took on a name that means just that, Emmanuel, God with us.
That's a very comforting thought, Sam. If you live in a world of nativity sets and Christmas cards. Okay, in my world, people leave. People die. And you had better learn to depend on yourself.
People are going to let you down. And we're all going to die someday. Both of those facts are pretty certain. But I'm also equally certain that Jesus came to take care of both of those issues.
What? With a manger?
No, not only with the manger. Christmas was just the beginning. Start at the manger on a cold winter pay to save all his children, no matter the cost. When you start at the manger, then go to the cross. Imagine that you own the wealth of the world, all of its silver and gold. What good will it do when tomorrow arrives and your heart is empty, cold? Start at the manger where redemption began, when Jesus stepped down from his throne to die as a man. All of our riches, we will count them as lost when you start at the manger, then go to the cross. Start at the manger, then go to the cross. The invitation for tomorrow still stands. You know, if you don't have any plans tonight, maybe you'd like to come over to the service.
You'll have a packed church tonight. One more won't make any difference.
One more makes all the difference. Well, I better get going. Merry Christmas, Hattie McGee.
Same to you, Brother Sam. You better hurry. You've got a church full of people waiting for you.
I do, don't I? I better run then.
Hey, Sam, wait a minute. Here's your 10% back. Put it with the original offering, okay? It's where it belongs.
I really wish you'd deliver this yourself.
I've got plans. Maybe next year?
All right. 6 blocks off Central, if you change your mind. All right? Well, Merry Christmas. Whoa! I nearly ran you over, little lady.
Sorry about that, Brother Sam. I gotta get to Herzog's right away. It's 5 and it's gonna close.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. That store's having trouble staying closed today. Well, Katie, you give your mom the best Christmas of her life tomorrow, you hear?
I will. Bye, Sam.
Bye.
Say, Maxwell, here's a little something from me to you.
Really? What is it?
It's a cheese ball without the knife. You could eat it here, or you could take it to the church service just 6 blocks off Central in case you forgot.
I didn't forget. I've got another engagement. As a matter of fact, I'm running late.
More than you know. Well, Merry Christmas.
Hattie, I sold every last one of my papers and no freebies this time. Well, maybe a couple, but I've just got to have enough money.
Well, let's count it out and see.
Aren't you through adding things up yet, Dixie? I've just got to have the right amount of money.
I'm counting, darling. Can't you see the smoke rising from my fingers?
Well, I leave you ladies to drop anchor and lock up, and I'll see you, Miss Plunkett, and you, Mrs. Garfield, on the 26th. Daddy says he'll be dropping by to see what brainstorms are brewing.
I'll be there. So will my brain.
That's what I was afraid of. Well, good evening, ladies, and good work, Mrs. Garfield.
Really?
For Swabby, you can really pull an oar. Carry on.
Aye, aye. All right, count it once more.
Hattie, that can't be the right amount. Count it up again.
Well, all right, honey, but I already counted it twice.
Oh, bother, I forgot about Amanda's angel. Where am I going to find an angel at this time of night?
Hattie, it's beautiful.
Remarkable. I don't think I've ever noticed Christmas ornaments at your newsstand before, Mrs. McGee.
Well, there's probably a lot of things you missed over the years, Elliot.
I'm finding that out. How much for the angel?
How much more do you need?
$1.83.
$1.83.
That's an odd price.
Well, then let's make it an even $2. How's that sound?
All right. It is a beautiful angel, and I'm glad I found one tonight.
It's Christmas Eve, Mr. Herzog. They're everywhere tonight.
Say, Elliot, here's a little something from me to you.
Your window wreath, Mrs. McGee? Why, thank you.
Well, I know how much you like green things. So listen, you need to run along because there's an anxious little 5-year-old waiting for that angel.
You're right. Merry Christmas, ladies.
Merry Christmas.
Dun.
$2 whole. Hattie, I made it. I've got more than enough.
I'll go get your pay envelope.
Hey, that's quite a sales technique you got there, kiddo. Maybe I should take lessons.
Hi again, mister. I'm sorry I threw that paper at you earlier. I was kind of in a hurry.
Oh, that's okay. So was I. Say, could I ask you a question?
Sure.
You don't actually believe that angels are real, do you?
I know they're real. Heaven, too.
How do you know?
I'm not sure. I just know.
You can't see them, can you?
No, but I can't see the wind either. And I know that's real.
But you can see what the wind does to trees and leaves and things and other people.
Yeah, and I guess that's how I know God and angels are real. You know, what happens to things and other people. Kind of like today.
Yeah, kind of like today.
My mom calls it faith. I just call it like I see it.
But you can't see it.
But I'll see angels one day in heaven. Both my grandmas will be there. And my dad. And Jesus, of course. My mom says it's going to be better than 1,000,000 Christmases.
Kid, if the wind is that strong, and you and your mom and so many people can feel it, why can't I?
I don't know. Maybe you're too bundled up. Or maybe you're just facing the wrong direction.
Here's your pay envelope, honey. Now you better hustle if you're going to do any more shopping today.
Thanks, Hattie. Bye. And Merry Christmas, mister.
Merry Christmas.
Say, Maxwell, do you know what time it's getting to be?
Time? Time. I've got to run, Hattie. I really do have an engagement. Now, what was that? 5 blocks off Central.
6 blocks! Well, didn't I tell you folks that there were a couple of miracles in the air today? One right around the corner. The other, 6 blocks off Central. Yep, I told you so. That first Christmas Eve miracle just keeps rubbing off on all of us. Godspeed, Maxwell Selden. I think you're going to have a real Christmas this year.
I can't believe I'm still short.
One more sale would do it. Tell you what, why don't I just loan you what you need until...
No. I have come this far. I'm going to count this one more time. I'm not going to abandon ship now.
Abandoned? Alice, you're starting to scare me.
Excuse me, is it too late to buy something?
Well, it hasn't been so far today, but you'll need to check with our sales staff.
Where are they?
They're all over there counting.
Excuse me?
Yes, could I help you?
I'd like to buy the locket hanging in the window.
Oh, honey, you don't have to spend your money on me.
One more sale would do it. The store closes in 1 minute.
Which locket do you want, miss?
The silver one? The one that's big enough to hold a picture of my dad.
Sold.
And here's your commission. Your full commission.
And I'd like to buy those items in layaway.
Sold! The car? The one Scotty wanted so much? But I thought you said you couldn't afford it.
Oh, I found something under my tree today. Something I think I misplaced for a while.
What's that?
A little extra faith. Guess what else I found there?
What?
Guess you better see for yourself.
My bicycle! I always wanted a bicycle!
Now be careful.
I can't believe it! I can't
All
wait
right,
to sell all my
kid.
papers
I don't
with
want
it!
you riding
Let's see
in
you
the
burn
street
some
yet.
rubber!
Friends.
It might be
Oh,
icy.
I bet I'll beat you home!
Bye! Stop!
I can't believe we did it!
Hey, you might have to take your mom to work. Oh, I knew you could do it. I always did. I think you were the last to know.
I knew he could do it.
That's right. Well, I think that's it. You coming?
In a minute. You go on. I'll lock up. I do have a key, you know.
Yes, you do. Have a Merry Christmas.
I will.
Today I found a way to make her dream come true this Christmas Eve. Today, tomorrow has changed, 'cause I found the faith to finally believe in a little more Christmas at Christmas time this year. A little